What is up, my veggies? My name is VeggieTales Raymond, and welcome back to another movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing the Netflix original movie, The Kissing Booth, which is, I think, the second Netflix movie I've reviewed. I think it's only the second one I've reviewed. I think it's only the third one I've ever watched. That's a Netflix original movie, I think. Like the last one I reviewed was Death Note, and this one I actually just saw it on Netflix, and I watched a little trailer or preview, whatever you call it, of it, and it looked pretty good. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of cheesiness in this movie. I will not lie. I cannot lie. Like, there was some cheesiness in this movie. There was some cliches, there was some predictable plot lines, there was some things, but this movie is a high school movie, obviously, so you would think I would relate to it. And I kind of do. Not as much as, maybe as a movie say, as much as F the Prom, but this movie was actually rather enjoyable. It had some actually legitimate funny moments. It had a lot of heart to it. The main characters were great. The conflicts were very believable. And the whole rules thing that they were following in the movie, the two best friends, what were their names again? I always forget main characters' names. Was an interesting thing. It was kind of odd and a little bit ridiculous at the same time, but it was still pretty interesting for them to go down that route with this. And the whole fact, I don't think I've seen a lot of love stories, or would you call it a love story? I guess you would. Where, like, it's best friend falls in love with the brother of your best friend or something like that. I've never really seen that love story before, so I don't think I've ever seen a movie with that in it. I guarantee there are movies out there with this topic, but I've never seen a movie with this topic, so it's kind of, for me, it's kind of an original plot. The fact that it's called The Kissing Booth is not a big thing, because one, The Kissing Booth that is a part of the movie. It actually has a whole, like, I think it's 2 scenes dedicated to it. It may have been one scene, I don't know. I don't actually know how long scenes were. I don't know. And it does come back in the end, and it is referenced in the very, very end. And you can tell, I think this was based on a book. Because when I did a little bit of research, I found out that was a book called The Kissing Booth, and I think it was, and I don't know how true this is. I think it is true, though. I believe the book was written by a 15-year-old girl, which is awesome, and they got a movie made for it and everything, and that is just really cool. Hey, I'm a 16-year-old guy. Can I get a legit movie made? Hey, Netflix, you want to give me work with me to get a movie? Yeah, like that'll never happen. But this movie had a lot of heart to it. It was well acted. It had a lot of heart, and just so much about it made me smile, made me laugh. And there were these characters that I called the OMG girls, and I don't know why I'm saying this. They were called the OMG girls, and the reason why it was weird to me for the OMG girls is because that's not how high schoolers act. High schoolers do not act that way. And one of the opening scenes where she's going to school and she's having her problem that she's having, that I was like, oh, that's actually something that happens in real life. I was like, that happens with people in real life. That's something that happens. And there are a few things in this movie that are relatable to teenagers, like the whole fact with relationships and stuff like that. And there were a few moments in the movie that, like, were like, there's one scene she's looking at other couples and stuff, like, all together and everything, and I was like, I'm single. I am single, and this movie like made me feel that I'm single. Like, Raymond, get a girlfriend. But no, this movie was actually legitimately good. I actually legit liked it. So for some reason, I do want to. This movie does give me a similar feel that F the Prom and Emo the Musical did. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're both high school settings. I don't know, but this did give me a bit of a similar feel to the way those movies have me feeling. Even though out of all three of those movies, F the Prom is the one I related to the most. But this movie, if I had to rate these, I don't even know how to rate. This is probably one of the best Netflix movies I've seen, even though I've only watched 3. And I will get around to reviewing the other Netflix movie that I have seen. But this movie is good. I cannot lie. It was funny. It had heart. There were scenes that I was like, I was on the edge of my seat with stuff. There was some stuff that was predictable. There was some scenes like, oh yes, you know what's going to happen. I did predict one thing that I thought was wrong. And it was, there were a few things in this we've seen before in other movies. And I was like, we've seen this before, and like, But what haven't you seen in movies that much these days? There's a lot of cliches that you get in movies, and I think it was the story they were telling was executed very, very well. It worked for what it was, and the movie seemed like it may have had a I think it had, I don't know what the budget was, but it seemed like it had a larger budget than something like F the Prom. Even though I think F the Prom probably had a big budget too. I don't know what the budgets are for these movies. I don't really talk about budgets when I review the movies. But yeah, it was good. I would watch this again. I probably will watch it again eventually. But guys, my rating, I will give this a solid 4 out of 5. I said I was going to start just rating them like that. I'm not giving them a special thing anymore. I'll rate this a 4 out of 5. It was funny. I liked it. And guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please tap the like button down below. Subscribe, leave me a comment, and link to my Twitter, Instagram, DeviantArt, Tumblr, dailymotion, Twitch, Musical.ly, LiveMe, Equestria, amino, Google+, Roblox, Facebook, Snapchat, Spotify, reaction.cam, and SoundCloud will all look down in the description below. And not forget the notification button so you'll be notified when I upload videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!